Hey, my name is Ayo Solanke. I play Tucker in Clown in a Cornfield and Ryan in Bet. And you're watching Pop Culture with Pat.
What's your favorite scary movie?
Hey guys, welcome back to Pop Culture with Pat. So I'm so excited to be joined by today's guests. Today I'm talking to Ayo Solanke, who plays Tucker and Clown in a Cornfield. Ayo, thank you so much for your time today.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, you're very welcome, man. I'm super excited. I read the book. I love the book, so I can't wait to see the movie. You play Tucker in the film, and this isn't your first time that you've been in the horror genre. So I'm curious for you, what is it that you love about the genre that had you return just in general, but also for
Mhm.
for this film specifically?
Oh man, definitely how fun it is. Man, there are so many different films where, it's very grounded and, very serious and, not that our film didn't have serious tones or subject matter, but we have that room to play. And each time I'm on a horror set, it's just it's always so fun and so collaborative. So that's what really draws me to it.
There's so much that you can do too, like you said. I mean, it's so
Yeah.
many different subgenres. You can be serious and scary.
Hmm.
There's horror comedies. You can
Yeah.
be a little campy. So it's kind of you can go all over the place. So there's definitely a
Yeah.
lot of room to play. What was it about when you found out that this film, the role was open up? What was it about Clown in a Cornfield that really caught your eye?
Oof. Honestly, I'd say the name initially, Clown in a Cornfield. I was like, yo, I was like, yo, what is this, man?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I did get the script too. So I read that and I was just like, oh yeah, oh yeah. This is something I definitely want to be a part of.
Now, were you familiar with the book prior to getting the audition, or is that something, did you read it after you were cast, or?
Yeah, I actually wasn't familiar with the book, but I read it after I was cast and, to see how my character related to everybody else and just to see the story really, and the book is just as great. It's so fun. Adam Cesare, he did his thing and to see this brought to live action was really fulfilling.
And how did you want to? So you have the character in the book. Obviously,
Mhm.
sometimes when you have an adaptation, things can get changed up a little bit for the adaptation to the screen. How did you want to do justice to that character, that original character, but then also make him your own when bringing it to the screen?
Mhm. I mean, you gotta you gotta take advantage of the fact that it's a book, you're not seeing this character perform, you're just reading it on the page, right? So I really took the elements I needed from the book, from the script, and just tried to apply that to my performance. And also, bringing something new, bringing something that is um, myself as well, to the character, incorporating elements of Tucker that I can find in myself, but yeah, really taking advantage of the fact that no one's seen Tucker in live action before, so I was really able to play with it.
Was there any elements of him that you can share that how you were able to connect with the character, like what similarities you guys have?
Yeah, I'd say just the humor. He's a really comedic relief to the group, and his relationship with Matt is really cool. So just playing with that on set on the day, with the improv with with Alex who plays on Matt, it was really fun.
I'm curious for you, what were your experiences with and just thoughts of clowns coming into this movie in general?
Man, I've never been a fan of clowns. I'll tell you that for free. Never been a fan of clowns. But
You're not alone.
yeah, yeah. It's they're pretty scary, especially the ones that just smile ear to ear, like our friend Frendo,
Yeah.
So seeing it on the day, even being in the costume, looking in the mirror was definitely giving me nightmares.
I was gonna ask you about that. I was like, what was your kind of reaction seeing Frendo for the first time, all done up in the costume, the mask, makeup, and stuff like that?
Oh my goodness. I had an out of body experience. I felt like life was not real, I questioned my well-being many times. But overall, it was so fun. I got to scare some classmates a little bit, so that was fun.
Yeah, I mean, because it's one thing to talk about it, to read it in the script, but then to actually see it. And even though you guys,
Mm,
you know that you're making a film, this is all make believe, it's fake. But I feel like
yeah,
sometimes your body kind of just goes into that flight, fight reaction where it's like there is someone in a costume, a clown costume, and they are trying to kill me. So I think it's probably
yep.
kind of natural to be a little creeped out a little bit.
Yeah, yeah, it helps on the day, you don't have to act, you can just be scared of a killer clown, you know?
Yeah. You talk about developing the relationship and the dynamic with this friend group and this cast in the film.
Yeah, I'd say this was a pretty unicorn film experience because every single person on set just got along, and that's why I feel, the movie is what it is and it's been received so well because you can really see that dynamic, on screen, and you can really see that, we were all able to like jive and really connect and lift each other up. That's what makes a film fun.
Yeah.
And that's what makes everybody able to, collaborate well, you know, just getting along.
Do you have any particular moments, whether it be filming, and you don't have to go into
Hmm.
scenes if it's any kind of spoilers, but any scenes filming or even any scenes of you guys just maybe hanging out behind the scenes of you guys, how you kind of develop that bond with each other?
Yeah, definitely. I have quite a few. One of them being we went to a haunted house
Oh, nice.
in in Winnipeg, Manitoba. Yeah, it was because it was around Halloween that we filmed this. So
Perfect.
yeah, we went to all right, perfect coincidence. We went to a haunted house where we saw clowns and all sorts of scary icons. So yeah, that's I'd say that really brought out the fear factor, you know.
Yeah, I'm sure. Were you kind of like expecting, waiting for Frendo to pop out as you guys were going through the haunted house?
Yeah, yeah, who knows? Maybe Frendo is going to be at every haunted house from the years to come, you know.
Yeah, I've definitely heard talk of people saying that, this could be the next horror franchise, the next potential horror icon, which is that when you kind of hear talk of that, what is kind of your reaction to hearing people say things like that?
Honestly, I don't even know. I'm just like, man, this is happening. I'm just so thankful that it's being received well, and people they know what the movie is. They're going into it and they're just having fun, you know. Whether it's, with the laughter or the pure terror of scary friendo. They're having a good time, and that's just what makes me happy.
I'm really jealous of that because I saw that there was I think it's this week that they're doing some early releases as far as where you can watch it at a drive-in. I looked up on the
Mhm.
website, there's nothing close to me because I was like, oh man, that would have been so cool
I
to see it
know.
at a drive-in.
Yeah,
Because we do have a drive-in that's not too far from me, but it looks like they didn't get it. So, but I'm definitely going to be there opening night. But I'm envious of anybody who
man.
does get to watch this on the drive-in because I feel like
I
that just
know.
adds a whole new experience to it.
Me too. Me too. Like, imagine driving into that movie. That's just like a whole different experience.
Yeah.
It's great.
And could you talk about too working with director Eli Craig as far as just, the experience of working with him? What does he bring that kind of makes him stand out as a director for you?
Ooh, he's really fearless, and he's really he knows what he wants and he goes and gets it, and he really incorporates our ideas and uh he connects with his cast more than anything. He really trusts us, to whenever we have ideas, whenever we're wanting to collaborate, yeah, I'd say he's just a really trustworthy guy, and he knows how to have a good time on set and make everybody feel the same.
And it's not his first experience in the horror genre as well. So I'm sure, I mean, he definitely brought that veteran experience to the set as well.
Oh yeah. You know, Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
Yep. Yeah, I was
Legend.
like, I feel like that was he was a great choice. I mean, I haven't seen the film yet, but I feel like just going based off his history, that was a great choice to direct
Definitely.
this movie. And
Definitely.
now both the book and this movie, it reminds me of, I don't know if you remember, this was like 2016, the clown sightings that we had that popped up like all over the US, and I think there was
Yeah.
some in Canada as well. So
Yep.
we kind of talked about this a little bit, but was there any moments when you guys were filming that even though you know in your mind that it's, it's a movie and it's fake, was there any times that you did actually feel kind of legitly creeped out?
Yeah. Yeah. There were a few. There were a few. You know, one of my scenes, I won't give anything away, but one of my scenes, where, you know, there was a friendo involved, you know, that on the day, I remember this vividly. On the day, I was actually terrified. You know, I mean, it's in the trailer, turning around and, you know, seeing Frendo.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sent shivers down my spine for sure.
I feel like that just adds to the performance. Like you said, it's like
Oh
sometimes you
man,
don't have to do a lot of acting because you're legit kind of scared.
you you could just be scared, man. You could
Yeah.
just be scared.
I love that. You guys recently just had the premiere for the film. So
We did.
what was that premiere like for you? And what was it like to finally get to share this film with audiences?
Oh man, it was so great. It was so great. I love seeing everybody, you know, turn out to support this film, and there were so many people there, so many people cheering and applauding and appreciating the film, you know, in the way that it should be appreciated. And that was the best part about the night, you know, seeing the reception and you know, being with all my castmates and the crew, you know, finally getting to just celebrate all the hard work that came into making this film. It was really great.
Yeah, because it's one thing while you guys are filming it, you don't even, I feel like you don't even like really kind of realize it until afterwards, because months, sometimes even like a year can go by until the film
Right.
releases. And then you finally get to that moment, you're like, this film, it isn't just ours anymore. We're getting to release it and getting to share it with the rest of the world. And there's no
Hmm.
better way to experience, I feel like, a movie like this, because I'm a big horror fan, as you can see with my Scream shirt here. But
Oh
there's no
yeah.
better way to experience it on the big screen.
Yeah, right. This movie definitely deserves to be in the theaters for everyone to see it.
And I'm sure, I think I saw some of the pictures, mostly with the cast. You guys had to have like a person dressed up as Frendo, I'm assuming, at the premiere, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, everywhere. Everywhere. We're
Was
getting
it?
friendo all over America.
Yeah, I saw something about they were doing like a tour and like friend like someone was like dressed up as like Frendo going throughout like different parts of the country.
Frendo's going crazy right now. He's going crazy.
I love it. I love it. And I also wanted to kind of wrap things up. You also have another project that's coming out not too, far down the road. You're starring
Hmm.
in Bet. What can you tell us about your character in that series? And were you familiar with the manga coming into that at all?
Yeah. So yeah, I have Bet coming out on the 15th as well. So my character Ryan, he is he's in a school filled with compulsive gamblers, you know, and gambling hierarchy and just full on madness. The whole school is just it's a gambling cesspool, and it's he's he's in the middle of it, I'm afraid, you know, and he's trying to navigate himself, his life around that. He has a bit of a shell, you know, at the beginning, but throughout the season, you know, he meeting Yumiko, the main character, he learns to, you know, get out of that, you know, just through her and her personality and how she you know, relates to him. So through all of the craziness that happens, you know, he's able to evolve, and you just see that throughout the whole season. It was really fun. It was really fun working on that. And in terms of the manga, um, I it was so funny because I actually hadn't heard of Kakegurui before, but my sister, my cousin, like so many people I knew what it was. So then when I was even seeing the audition, like they changed like the names and like
Yeah.
the storyline a little bit for the audition. So I was just like, okay, this sounds cool, But when I found out what it was, I was like, oh, okay, this is really cool. So yeah, I read the manga, and it's 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 so fun to be a part of, man. It's great.
So I'm sure your friends and family must be pretty excited once you were able to share that
Yeah,
you were starring in this series coming out.
definitely, definitely. They were so excited. My sister was really excited to see me, play one of the characters that she's familiar with, So that was yeah, that was really, really, really a great thing to experience.
Well, I mean, you got really exciting times for you. It's not often that sometimes you have two different projects coming out within the
Yeah,
same month. So, congratulations. Can't wait to check
thank you
out the
so
film.
much.
Can't wait to check out the
Thank you.
series. And
Thank you.
where can fans stay up to date with you moving forward? And is there anything else you'd like to say just to wrap up?
Yeah, fans, they could definitely, check check me on Instagram or any social medias, Ayo D Solanke everywhere. Yeah, but I'd say strap on tight, May 9th and May 15th. You got some pretty interesting content.
Can't wait, man. Well, I'll thank you so much for your time today. It was wonderful getting to chat with you
Thank
about
you.
your upcoming projects, and you're welcome back anytime in the future.
Thank you. Great chat, man. And my name is Ayo Solanke. I play Tucker in Clown in a Cornfield and Ryan in Bet. And you're watching Pop Culture with Pat.